The Prime Minister says no new COVID restrictions for now, but he doesn't rule out bringing them in. With questions swirling about what the Omicron variant might do to Christmas, Boris Johnson said ministers were monitoring the data and poised to act.
Unfortunately, I must say to people, we will have to reserve the possibility of taking further action to protect the public.
1 million jabs were delivered across the UK on Saturday, but Labour says the uncertainty over Christmas shows weakness from the Prime Minister.
Instead of being hamstrung by his own cabinet and hiding from his own backbenchers, it's time that Boris Johnson stopped putting the politics of the Conservative Party ahead of public health.
As many families look again at their Christmas plans, the Queen announces she will spend it in Windsor rather than at Sandringham, as is traditional. Also tonight. Mass killings of civilians by the military in Myanmar. The BBC uncovers disturbing new evidence. As Russia deploys tanks and troops on its border with Ukraine, we ask, what is President Putin planning? And victory for Australia in the second Ashes test in Adelaide. They now lead 2-0 in the series.
And coming up in sport on the BBC News Channel, Premier League and EFL clubs choose to play their festive fixtures despite a record number of positive COVID tests in the last week.
Good evening. Boris Johnson has stopped short of bringing in new COVID measures in England, but he insisted the government wouldn't hesitate to take further action to protect the public if needed. Speaking after chairing a special cabinet meeting this afternoon, Mr Johnson said the data on COVID was being monitored hour by hour as the Omicron variant continues to spread with speed across the country. There had been speculation that the rules in England might be tightened amid reports of splits among senior ministers over whether to take action. Meanwhile, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon confirmed that there will be no new restrictions in Scotland ahead of Christmas. It all came as the Queen cancelled her traditional Christmas at Sandringham in Norfolk amid concerns about Omicron, choosing instead to stay in Windsor. Here's our Deputy Political Editor, Vicky Young.